Hello, baby.
I was crazy once.
I'm thinking of a number.
Do you guys ever get this?
No, I never got
You guys
this.
ever? Okay, well, okay, so not that one, but how about this next one?
Okay.
Do people say that you guys go out a lot?
No. Well, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe it used to, but I also the thing is, I don't really tell my colleagues what I'm doing in my off hours, and so
Okay.
they have no idea. And
Oh,
then
wow,
and then the
okay.
people I know in regular life don't seem to comment on it much.
Interesting. How about you,
Yeah.
MJ?
It was actually kind of funny because it's more when I started to go out. Maybe it's because, I guess that change of like just staying home and then, oh, you're always going out with like your friends. Like my parents would like do that sometimes, but
Oh yeah.
yeah, I guess recently it's not that big of a deal. And then
Mhm.
like Spencer was saying, it's like I mean, coworkers don't really do that. So yeah.
Yeah. That is funny. So I guess I should say partier. You guys, yeah, you guys are partying a lot, and the reason why is because hanging out with a friend yesterday, new friend
Mhm.
Arthur, and he said like an ex of his once was like, or I think it was not even that, I think it's like just he reposted a photo of me or whatever, and I can't tell if this was like an old friend of his, but someone messaged him saying like, "Oh, you're a partier," and he's like, "Partier? I'm at one bar for like 4 hours." like I mean, it's funny. Like
You can
I've talked
party
to
at
James
one
about
bar
the
for
same
4
thing.
hours.
I guess that's true. Like
go so
if you
hard.
don't know that we're just talking about like like in Tron Ares is like, have you guys seen Tron Ares
No.
first of all?
No.
Okay. So in that one, right, like they're in the real world, right? Like they take them out of the grid and
No.
they come out, and the whole point of that movie is we have to find Flynn's like permanence code where he has figured out how to make a program last in the real world. Otherwise, the programs cannot will derez when they're outside after 20 minutes. And it became a thing of like, so he dies or he derezes out in the real world, but then comes back on, right? What if you pressed print? Are you gonna have multiple Ares programs out there, or do you have to wait for him to die first for him to come back? And why can't you just make multiple programs? Like, that's what we're doing at the bar for 4 hours.
That's kind of a mind party.
Yeah,
A
that's true.
philosophical party.
I don't even
More
enjoy
like a
that
nerd
shit,
party.
man.
This is what
Like,
this is what the French salons were like.
Oh yeah, I do want to be clear. Like, this is not like, see, we're so smart. I'm like, this sucks. This is stupid as hell. Like, why are we doing this? But I think it's because I adamantly believe that the Tron universe is different, and it's not like a copy and paste thing. It's not like when you I think it's like when you print a piece of paper from like a computer, that piece of paper isn't on the computer anymore, and so you can't just like do it twice because like you have. But then again, what I don't know is, how does the computer know that the paper has been destroyed in real life to know that to repopulate it in the thing?
There's
Like an
I
NFT
don't-
sort
no
of
way to
thing.
tell.
I guess the thing is, Tron is stupid, and you can't use real life stuff. I mean, okay, you can't turn a program into real life. That's the whole thing.
Yeah. Did any like real computer like people work on this movie?
Well, I think my point was like Tron isn't science fiction. It's like science fantasy. It's like more akin to Star Wars than it is.
Right. Like there's
Then it's not like Star Trek or The Expanse or I don't know what the fuck, like whatever else is like a hard
Yeah.
science thing.
I guess the like world building or whatever of like the AI in like Tron is like its own thing anyway. So I guess it makes sense that it doesn't make
I have-
sense.
I have
Yeah.
a question for you guys.
Tell
if
it
you
to
could
me.
take any piece of software and bring it into the real world, what would it be? Because for me, it would either be Adobe Acrobat or Salesforce. And I would love to hang out with
yeah.
Salesforce.
Oh, hold on a second.
Yeah.
You're I'm sorry.
You mean the
You're
personification of
Yeah,
Yes, you're
like-
telling, yeah. You're not telling me. You're not saying the skills. You're not saying like, oh, I wish I could have the powers.
No, I wish that they were like a
of the
person.
programs.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, so you mean like
Yeah, I'm talking Salesforce. I'm talking Claude AI. I'm talking Gemini.
Uh-huh.
They seem well.
No,
Are
we
they?
want-
Do they
we
even
want
have personalities? Because like all they do
Steam
is just
Well, just
You
like
generate
it's
stuff for
they're
you.
like programs in Tron, right? It's been a while since I've only seen the one with
well. Tron
Daft
Ares
Punk.
is a security program.
yeah. So it's
So
like
he's like
see, it's
he's
like
like your
imagine
enforcer.
imagine
Oh,
if like
okay.
it was a person who was like they,
Adobe Acrobat, do a trick for me right now. I command
Yeah.
you. They're like your little court jester. Is what
and
you're
then
telling
they
me.
just like read me they read me a thing a PDF or maybe I signed a document or something or maybe they signed a document for me.
Well, that's not.
You can do fill in
That's not how
sign on
that-
Adobe Acrobat.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that the computer is signing. It's signing it for you, as in like they're taking. Okay, I guess I'm sorry. I'm accusing you of assuming that they are assuming your identity while signing things. You're telling
Yeah.
me they have the a power of attorney where they have the ability to.
I would give
to-
human Adobe Acrobat power of attorney.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
I thank you for clarifying that for me.
Mhm.
You know what I want to see a real version of Pornhub.
No, I bet it would be a fucking
I'm
lady,
talking. Yeah. Okay.
and that's it.
That's it. I'm talking XTube. I'm talking. I'm talking. I see. The thing is, I don't even know about any other porn apps. That's also the only. Are there apps? Like,
There's-
is there,
I was gonna say,
I don't
I
know
don't
because
think-
I
I don't
don't.
think
I don't
it's- I don't-
consume it.
Well,
I guess
sure
that's
you
true.
can
Like you
jailbreak
can't. You
and-
can't be.
Wait, you
Yeah,
could do
you
the
c-
thing where you get the link added to your homepage as like a
Yeah.
shortcut.
My
Yeah.
thing. Well, as I'm saying, like instead of the link to your homepage on your browser or just going to Pornhub.com, you want the Pornhub app.
Does
I bet there's
anybody
an app? I don't know.
I hope and
Have-
I pray that there is.
have you ever thought that you needed it that fast though, that you need to skip opening your browser, typing, or like even like bookmarking it, right?
now.
Like,
I
'cause-
need to goon.
Because even like bookmarking it, right, it's like makes it so easy once you open the browser, like you can have it. But no, you need to go.
homepage action.
You need to skip the browser.
Pornhub's homepage is insane. Yeah, I need to open up. Yeah, the action of me opening the app, it needs to be front and center. I need to see. I can't even think of a porn star. I'm sure that there's plenty of new names out there that are crazy, or maybe just even like normal, right? I feel like
Yeah.
we've entered a phase now where like. I guess it depends, obviously, on the safety of the performers if they don't want their real names, whatever. But also, I feel like, again, things are bigger now where you could just have your real name.
Yeah, things are bigger,
like-
all right. That's what I was saying, man.
That's yeah. You look down.
Yeah.
On both,
there it
both
is.
sides, guys.
Yeah, careful. I can't. I don't want to get a boner.
You're gonna see a boner.
Welcome to Style and Direction, everybody.
Welcome to Style.
This
It's a
is-
boner
This is a
podcast.
mentor. It's a boner or the
Style
boner
and
champ.
boner.
Why is he called that again? It's because he got a
He
boner,
got a
or
boner while
something.
fucking a snowman, I think.
Yeah, like they said he could. Yeah, I can't believe you called that out. That's right. It's like they said that he couldn't do it, and then he did it because it was cold, and he's like, "Yeah, you're the boner champ."
Mm-hmm.
And his song is "Faith" by Michael. Oh, fuck, what's his name?
George Michael.
George Michael.
Yeah, George Michael.
Yeah,
George Michael.
that's his. That's. Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
I just love his face when when George Michael's like, yeah, you picked her up. She's sitting right over there. What you got over there? Little hard boiled egg? Yeah. She gets a little squirt. Calls it a mayon egg. And his like Michael's face is like it's just so.
It's an expression that I've not seen before or since.
Yeah, it's the disgust. You know, it's so good on there. I haven't listened to their podcast. What's it called? Like, it's not called
They have
Failing
a
Upwards. That's
podcast?
our.
They have a recap
Yeah,
podcast? I didn't know this.
No, not a recap. It's the podcast with Will Arnett, Jason Bateman, and Sean
Oh,
Hayes. And I think it's called like
Smartless. Yeah.
Smartless, yeah.
My
I've never listened to
stepmom
it.
keeps trying to get me to listen to it. She's like, you would
'Cause
love it. They are so
you
funny.
would love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, People's Choice Award for favorite pop podcast.
I know that there was
Can
an
I do
episode.
an impression of
I
all
kind
of
of
them?
want to hear an episode, the episode where they got Adam Scott and Will Arnett was like, apparently like really kind of like passive aggressive and pissed off at him the whole time.
Really?
Well, because it's like at one point I think he like makes a joke about it's like, and Adam Scott's never had an emotional affair with a married coworker before, so
That's crazy.
but the implication is he did, and it was with lovely Amy.
Lovely Amy. That's right. I mean, yeah, he stole his wife on Parks and Rec.
That's right. There should have been an episode.
Is that why
where,
they broke up?
I don't know. I don't know if that's why they broke up. I'm sure there were more reasons than Adam Scott. Adam Scott's the #1 cause of divorce in America.
He should be.
Yeah.
All genders love Adam Scott.
Uh-huh.
Icetown. What's his name? Iceman? Or no, they call him like Snow. Like he has a
Ice
nickname.
Clown?
Right? I
don't remember.
I think they call him Icetown. They do say Icetown because he made like a big skating rink or whatever. This is our Parks and Rec recap podcast.
Yes, we're gonna start that. We're gonna get Rashida Jones on the next episode.
Yeah. Oh man. Side note. I don't know if I said this on the podcast before, but there was a time when a girl on Hinge put like, I'm a big Parks and Rec fan. I said, oh my god, that means we're gonna go to the Snow Globe Museum. And she says like, what is that? I'm like, bro. But I think we've discussed this before because I think people don't know that. And for those of you who don't know or who are questioning why I reference this thing, it factors into the anniversary episode with with Adam Scott's character and Amy Poehler. It's Leslie Knope and Ben Wyatt, and she puts them on a giant scavenger hunt. And one of the places that was very important to her was the Snow Globe Museum. And so that is my reference to it, and that is why I thought to bring it up. And I was very sad, a decade ago, when this girl did not know what that was.
I feel it always seems like with the shows like these shows that have big reference pools. I think they're like, it seems like they're usually kind of like leaning towards the early seasons. The Office, it's always like Stapler and Jell-O and shit like that, and like. I don't know.
Because that's what the real fans saw or whatever, like the early stuff.
Maybe. I also think it's because it's like it's what like kind of got the show famous and stuff like that. But
I see.
I don't know. I don't know what the iconic references of Parks and Rec. I guess Little Sebastian.
That's a big one. The JJ's Diner with like eating breakfast food all the time.
Oh, the waffle shit. Yeah.
I want all the eggs and bacon you have.
Okay.
And I didn't say a lot. I said all.
The Ron Swanson, all of the Ron Swanson, like
all the Ron Swanson stuff. Probably something about the big one I think of that's famous but not in the show is the "Come on Her Back" Kim Kardashian outtake that Chris Pratt does.
Yeah.
Anything with April maybe. You're gonna die tonight of fun.
That's when Adam Scott's making the claymation thing.
that one's so good.
Yeah.
He stands up and then just cuts to black. He's like, oh my god, I'm like, what have I done with my life or whatever. That like Letters to Cleo t-shirt is so good. I mean, the show is good. I like a more niche, or like I think I just like one-off stuff. You know what I mean?
Should be like referencing the final season where they're like in like 20 years into the future or some shit, and they all have hollow phones.
Oh yeah,
that shit is
they bring
so
back
crazy,
Codes of Dunshire.
Man.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey guys, this is Style and Direction, a Mentor podcast without the stuffiness. I'm Ethan.
I'm Spencer.
I'm one of your hosts. Yeah.
And I'm MJ.
There we go. Yeah. First off, happy holidays, everyone. This is the last episode of the year. Hope everyone's had a good year. Happy Christmas and a future New Year. I mean, all of them. I hope you have a bunch of them. I hope everyone has a bunch of them and that they're all good. Mm-hmm. So, this is a pretty big episode. We got a big jam-packed discussion for you. And because of that, I want to say first off, go to the blog, because not only are there my own versions or my recaps and my own thoughts on there, but there is a fun blog post where I get to talk about a couple of things, like dyeing my kimono olive, which was a big fun one. Spoiler alert, I used Rit dye, looked up olive drab, and followed the instructions, and that's it. So
easy.
If you want more color, literally, on how that worked out, you can go to the blog. I also talk about going to a few bars and what I wore to that. I talked about Friendsmas, which was a Western themed this year. I guess, I mean, if you listen to our previous episode, we talked about the Friendsgiving Parisian Cafe. And literally that night, I mean, after Spencer and MJ left, I think me and Jay were, like, I was helping Jay clean up, and we were just kind of recapping and talking about Cosmos. And he's like, he thought of the idea of doing it Western because, like, oh, that would make it a Texas auction. And then a couple days later, he updated the particle to make it Western themed, and he actually did do it.
There you go.
Yeah, and that was fun. Spencer, you kind of looked like, I mean, I don't want to, I guess we can get a little bit into it, but you were kind of dressed like yourself there.
I was very dressed like myself. This is kind of one where I looked at an old photo and was like, hey, this is a good outfit. Which we'll talk about in a little bit.
Is it bad if I don't remember when that was?
No, I'm going to have to go back and find it, but it was like, it was from a while ago. It was like 2019 or something, but it was.
But me. I did photograph it.
You did. It was me in a joyride, and I was wearing, I think, a Type 2 denim jacket with a sweatshirt. Yeah. I had camo pants, but this one I didn't want to do camo pants because.
Interesting. Now getting inspired from yourself. That's it. Like, doing a little variation. We'll get into that in a second. That's good.
That was the
thing
outfit.
Is, now I do remember when that was.
But someone like said that this wasn't necessarily my thought, but I really liked it when someone pointed out, because I was like, wait, this is that. Someone was like, you look like you're on like vacation to the Grand Canyon in the 50s or something like that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but that
is a good look.
Yeah, but my look, for those who weren't there, was, I think I had a plaid shirt. I don't remember what shirt I was wearing because it was covered up by a sweatshirt. And then, of course, sweatshirt. And then double denim with jeans, and then a Type 1 denim jacket, and my cowboy hat. And I think the thing that made it look vacation was I had my camera around my neck, and I have to say it like that. Camera.
Yeah. Jenna Maroney.
Yeah. Let's hear it for Jenna, everybody.
Camera. Yeah.
Which, yes. I need to get a tragedy out of the way. I think I talked about on a previous episode, I got on the podcast, I got the new Fujifilm camera to replace my 10-year-old one.
That's right.
And it started acting fucking weird, and I had to set it out for repairs. Luckily, I'm not paying anything for it because it's under warranty, and I got the extended warranty too. But I'm just not going to have it for a month, so I got to use it for like 3 weeks and had a lot of fun, and now... I don't know. I think I'm in the hospital. It's in the camera hospital in fucking New Jersey. So that's the city it's in, fucking New Jersey. But I don't know. It's that you're not going to see that one for a month, but it's okay.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, cameras are cool, man.
They are cool.
I mean, it's like when for my camera the scroll wheel broke, and it's internal. It's a previous camera, and I asked how much it would be to replace it, and they're like, it's gonna be like $300. I'm like, that's like the price of the camera body. Like, I didn't want to buy a new camera, but then I'm like, well, if it costs that much for like the labor to like open up the camera to fix this thing, I'm gonna just buy another camera.
Yeah, I kind of committed to like, I'm just gonna start shooting film at least in this month that I don't have a camera. I still have the old one, so I could use that as a backup, but like the sensor's dirty, and I don't really. It's like I would need to get the sensor like repaired, not just cleaned. I'm gonna shoot film, which is obviously a little bit more inconvenient, but I don't know. I think that maybe
the light's not good.
Well, it's also, I don't know, like when I have a digital camera, I just like shoot off like a million pictures and then hope one of them is good. Maybe if I'm more intentional.
Oh, I have heard this.
Yeah,
but from film people.
Like, I think I don't know. It's going to be an interesting experiment. So that's Spencer's camera corner for this week. No more digital for a month. I got
no more digis.
I'm going to be shooting New Year's Eve on black and white film. I got a roll for my Minolta camera.
Hey, black and white and black tie, dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah, but it's gonna be fun.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm excited for you. Okay, I've obviously been shooting a lot of black. Not a lot. Basically, unless it's a fit pick, it's black and white at this point. I wore a raccoon hat that night, and someone said Pacific Northwestern. I'm like, okay. I guess that is true. It feels more frontier or like general 1800s than it does like California or Texas West, but I don't care. I mean, in my head, Davy Crockett's Is Davy Crockett a frontiersman? I guess that could be the difference,
I think
actually.
so. Yeah.
Okay, so he's not Western. Maybe I just fucked up on the theme.
I think
actually.
frontiersman
Whatever.
counts as Western. You know.
Well, it is Manifest Destiny. You're going
exactly.
west.
They're going west of like the east.
Yeah, that is what that
west
is.
of the east.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want to read all about Friendsmas, it's on there. Again, like I said, some of the bars and what I've worn to it since I've been going out again after having gout. And then my little trip to New York, my little work trip. Maybe not too many photos of that, but I went there, and at least not at the time of recording, but I will include that on the time of release. Mm-hmm. So if you guys want all of that, you guys can go to my blog, a little bit of rest.com, and read all about it. The other thing that is on my blog right now is a little essay, a little personal blog post about going private on Instagram. I've been kind of talking about this for a little bit. If you guys have been listening intently, I also posted about it on my story. But I mean, obviously, like people, I don't. It's the whole thing is it's so silly. Like it's not like a big deal, especially because I already have 30,000 followers. So it's not like I'm deleting my Instagram.
No one's going to be able to see your stuff anymore except the 30,000 people.
Yeah. Yeah, except, yeah. I mean, it's the truth, right? Like, I don't even know how much of those are, like, just, like, randos or, like, you know, bots from, you know, those random followers. I think Instagram culls that, but I mean, you know, people always do it all the time. But, yeah, so I'm going private, and I wrote a little bit about it, but I can kind of recap it for you guys a little bit. I mean, the big thing is I've been, like, so publicly online for, like, 10 plus, I mean, more than 10 years at this point. The blog is 10 years old, but I've been on, you know, Reddit and Instagram and Tumblr before that. And so it's been fun. You know, obviously met a lot of people, obviously met Spencer that way about being online. Well, maybe not publicly. Facebook is a bit more private than Instagram, but like obviously we added each other as friends on Facebook. But, you know, I feel like I've wanted some kind of, like, finality to something. And over talking about it with some friends and talking about, and also, like, introspecting and writing, I feel like it's clear that I like posting. I like writing on the blog. But I kind of wanted something to end, or some kind of, like, closure, some kind of, you know, finality, like I said, and I feel like being private on Instagram kind of accomplishes that. I don't know how long it'll be. I don't know if I'll come back, or I don't know, maybe someday I will delete my Instagram. I have no idea. Mm-hmm. But I thought I'd try. I thought I'd try it out, especially now because, you know, as some people have seen, like my blog posts have gotten a lot more personal. Maybe not like, I mean, it's a personal blog, but like it's, you know, it's much more about like what I've been doing and like the thought process and stuff like that. And as we finish the philosophy of it, I'm kind of like, you know, now it's just been kind of recapping what I'm up to using that philosophy. But more importantly, my Instagram has been kind of, I mean, I still post fit pics on there, but it's a lot more like, here's my friends. And it's always been like that, but like there's been a lot more focus on that the past at least year and a half. And at this point, you know, I love my friends. I don't know if they've ever been like, I don't want people to see me, 30,000 people or more or whatever. But, you know, I feel like I don't need to be public to post my friends or to post what I'm up to anymore, you know? And I think, you know, it's a good change of pace. Again, I like posting mainly because it's, as someone who's very scatterbrained and obviously can't shut the fuck up, it's nice to have a place to like, to make things concise. Like, I on the blog post I write about how like it's one thing to have like an archive of photos, like your camera roll, but it's another thing to like force yourself to like distill those into like maybe not a narrative but like a smaller collection and have like it be presentable, you know, like kind of like an art gallery, you know, or something like that. And I do like looking at my own stuff, just like I like looking back at memories and being like, instead of like, oh, here's like 200 photos of Friendsmas, you know, here's like my favorite 10 or 20, you know. And I kind of like that idea, both for, you know, photos of friends or outings with friends, but also like, you know, like the fit dumps that I have or whatever. And the blog is also that kind of thing, but the blog is kind of one directional. Like I'm putting it, like, you know, it's like a newsletter. It's like putting it out there, you know. Yeah. But the Instagram is a little bit like more open and very like, you know, chaotic. So I feel like, you know, kind of cutting one part off and then, you know, keeping the other, like the blog being open, is an interesting thing to me, you know, being more of like you can engage with me as a writer versus like engaging with my entire life. And again, it's so silly to me, you know, that it's like like I'm still gonna post on Instagram. People will still follow me on both ways. I will probably still write about like again like Friendsmiths or whatever like on my blog. But I think it's different again to like, you know, posting in real time and a very casual and very open Instagram way versus like a more quote unquote considered recap on my blog where, you know, it still has a lot of photos, but it's like, you know, it's I guess it's curated, but like not in a way of like an external validation, which kind of like here's like again a distillation of like my own reflections on it versus like just just spam posting. You know what I mean? I mean, again, if you follow me, you'll still get that. Like, I mean, if you've made it in before I've capped it, which will be at the end of the year. So yeah, I'm just kind of curious to see how that'll change things. Also, I think I like the idea that if you're following me, it's because you want to, or like, or I guess if you see the stuff, it's because you want to, you know. Again, the blog is like again more open, but like on Instagram, it's like I am increasingly more personal on there. So it's like if you like that, you know, I just like the fact that like if you're looking at me talk about, you know, film score or like. Here's a silly post of me and MJ from like 20 years ago. Like the people who are seeing it have chosen or want to be there, versus the blog where it's like also like same thing. Like if you have to go to the website to like see it, and it's, you know, obviously it's a long blog post you have to scroll through. So like there's a bit more intentionality, and maybe I'm just a little bit like I'm getting older, I'm getting cynical, or I just want like more of an enclosed thing. But I just like to be. I've been hanging out with friends a lot. You know, obviously like I love the menswear guys. And some of these guys are like close friends, but I've also increasingly not gone to a lot of menswear events. Like I'm not seeking it out. I don't really care that much. Obviously, if like people are gonna go, I'll go, and if it lines up with that schedule. But like, I'd rather just like have a cocktail with a friend or like watch a movie at Sirhan's house or you know drink absinthe and watch Moulin Rouge. You know, like that's just more interesting to me. And I'd rather talk about those things, and it's more fun to talk about those things with my friends, you know. And I guess if you want to accuse it of being a bubble, you want to accuse it of like, you know, I don't know, oh my god, Ethan can't be online anymore, he can't handle all the eyeballs. That is true, I guess. Yeah, I'm just getting older. I don't know. Like I've had a lot of talks with friends where like you know, they're like, wow, like they think it's interesting to be followed by people who don't know you, you know. Like it's like, and I have like exponentially more of that than they do. You know, it might be like a random dude or, you know, a friend from high school or whatever. But like for me, it's like there is that plus a bunch of other people. So I don't know. I'm 30 now. You know, there's a lot of I don't know, things can be different. You know, but if you want to read more about that stuff, I did a long blog post about it, more reflection. But it's basically what I said. You don't have to read both of them. But yeah, it'll be different and new. But for those of you who are religious listeners of the podcast, religious readers of the blog, and you still follow me or you followed me before, nothing's gonna change for you. And so it's just, you know, if it's the new people, you know, and I don't mind fading into obscurity. I feel like that's already kind of happened. You know, all, you know, let the new generation of people, you know, kind of take over. All these cool guys. Albert did a really great video on like going to the Rose Bowl flea market and what that's like with our mutual friend Luis of Silver Lake Market. You know, there's a lot of good stuff out there, and also I feel like I've also been saying like I've said everything I wanted to talk about with like the mindset behind clothes. So it's like all that's left is just to kind of talk about my life, and it's kind of better to like have my life be a little bit more not guarded, but like a little bit more steps to follow, I guess, you know, at this point. I do want to say this is a big deal to me because I always felt like, and you guys know this, you guys have played a big part of this, but like, I've always felt that people don't think that you can do this, like dressing up and doing this stuff. And I felt like one of the big ways to prove that was to share your life. You know what I mean? It's kind of similar to, you know, when making a new friend example, you know, there's a level of vulnerability you have to have. There's a level of openness, and, you know, I'm a very open, I like to share stories about my life, and they're not always deep. They're silly, but I feel like that, you know, that's an important part to like make yourself personable or whatever. And you know, it's kind of like, well, like if people say, oh, I could never wear that hanging out with my friends, I'd be like, well, here's a photo of me and my friends, you know. And it's not like it's posted like it is to Facebook, like it's already open. And this is big because I feel like this is a step away from doing, at least a step away from doing that publicly. But then I realized I've been doing it for 10 years already. Like, I feel like the examples are already there. There's plenty of blog posts about that, and there will continue to be, at least for now. But it is interesting to think about, again, going from being so public to at least cutting off one part of it. And cutting off probably, again, the biggest part of me that is public, because my Facebook's private. It's basically if you have friends and family or whatever on there. I don't know if TikTok will be private yet. I feel like my TikTok is more outfit focused, interestingly, because I don't really do videos of random things happening. Like photography, I take pictures all the time, but like videos, I feel like I have to actually like sit down and do it. I'm not really like a vent to camera kind of a person. And because that's like not really that personal, I feel like that's fine. And my TikToks don't go viral anyway. But then there is that thought of like, oh, what if that does? And I don't want to deal with that either. So we'll see if that's public or private. But also, if you're listening to this and you're not following me, I still post on like MFA and like WeJohns and different Discord. So if you're on there, I'm there. I also just really post outfit pics, but like if people tag me, I'll answer a question or if I jump into a discussion every once in a while. I'm probably the most active in WeJohns, which is a really great thing there. It's private. I don't know how you get in there. I was there because I was there from the beginning, kind of a thing, I think. But I'm around. It's just like Instagram, where again, it's the most public thing I have. I'm keeping that private. So that's all that there is. You guys can read the whole blog post about that, and that's thanks for following so far. But yeah, the other big topic, which will take up the rest of this episode, is about. It's outfit repeating revisited and getting inspired from yourself. And this is really funny, and this is probably why I decided to go private. I feel like I didn't really think about this until I turned 30, and also for the past year I've been doing this project. But it is interesting, that whole going private thing happens when you're looking at your past, and you just constantly you think about everything and being nostalgic and like how you engage with everything. And so it might be because of this very topic that I decided to do it. So well. We were actually going to do this last year, and then we were like, actually, let's have another year of fits added and more thoughts to this. So basically, when last year when we did the episode, like the compulsion to make outfits or like how we do inspiration, there was a small part about like getting inspired from yourself or you see an old fit and you do it. And I'm like, that's a really cool topic because we did a episode the year before that on outfit repeating. And how I don't really do it, but you guys do it. And maybe quickly, first off, tell us about how you outfit repeat, just in general. How do you guys, MJ? How do you do it? Is it because like you don't want to take the we call it the thought process out of it? How do you repeat outfits?
Yeah, I mean, it's like I guess inherently the thought process is not taken out, but it's it's
tried and
sped
true
up a little bit. Yeah, because you still have to think about like deciding to wear it for the day or like wearing it to go somewhere, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I guess it's more along the lines of like you like it so much that you want to do it again. Because it's not like it's not even. I mean, from this perspective of reusing outfits or reusing exact pieces together, is not to be like lazy or anything, but it's just that you found something, you found pieces that like you really like together that just feels like it's time to bring it back out.
How long in between the two? I think that makes a big factor in whether it's like repeating or revisiting. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, do you do it like are you repeating a fit in close succession? Is what I'm saying.
I guess it depends what you like.
Okay.
It depends what you think of as close. 'Cause, I mean, I guess for me, I don't do it like within the same week or within the same like.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the closest would be in the same month, like in between, but like not It's not like
Yeah.
like oh I wore this on Monday, I'm gonna wear it on Thursday. Like
Yeah. I guess when most people do outfit repeating nowadays, I think it is like, excuse me, take a shot, getting inspired from yourself. But I think like from before, colloquially, it's kind of like outfit repeating is like I outfit repeat because I it's good, it's tried and true, I just do it. And I feel like the for other people, is what I'm saying, like the distance between the fit and then the repeat is smaller because of like the whole taking the thought process out of it. What about you, Spencer? What's your original like thought on outfit repeating? I mean, do you do it in close succession?
I do,
like,
yeah.
that way?
I mean, if I'm not
Okay,
seeing the
yeah. So
same
you're closer
people,
to that.
I'll just wear it because it's like sometimes I'm like I feel like wearing this. I really like this outfit and
Yeah.
it was cool and this is how I want to present myself today. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really think about it that much. I don't really think there's anything wrong with it. But yeah, I don't know. I won't do it like one day after another just because that's kind of gross, man. You got to let things breathe. You got to clean it.
Yeah.
But
They don't make these anymore.
Yeah, they don't make these anymore. One battle after another or 1 week after another. That's okay. That's okay.
I'm wearing this to every battle.
Because it's like, I don't know. I've always had like kind of a more... I've had like staple pieces. I always wear denim shirts or chambray shirts. I always wear jeans. I like military surplus. Like, I kind of have a more consistent
Capsule.
look anyway. Yeah. So that's that also helps with that, where it's like, you know, a sweatshirt with jeans and a chambray shirt. Like, that is something I wear like probably once every other week or something. It's at least when the weather allows, but yes.
Yeah.
But that's something I've always loved doing.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I never, to recap the previous episode on it, I mean, you can listen to it, but I don't outfit repeat intentionally. At least, well, this is a big change into that. But, you know, to me, it's not really about being lazy. It's just that, like, I'm wearing things I've never done before. Like, it's the compulsion to create something new, or like the compulsion like of the pieces of like, oh my god, like that looks so good, and it just happens to be something I've never worn before or I haven't worn yet. And I've never, like, I wouldn't call it regressing, but like those things are constantly happening, and because I view outfits as like a very specific combination of things, I don't count it as repeats, even if like to be similar to Spencer, I do have like outfit templates or rigs, as I call them, or I've started to call them, where like, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of brown check jackets with gray pants and a blue striped shirt and some kind of like geometric tie. Is it the same one? No, because I have like 3 or 4 brown plaid jackets, and I have like 3 or 4 different shades of gray pants. Like, one's light gray, one's charcoal, one's like made of like summer weight fabrics, and I have like a lot of different geometric ties, and like at least like 7 different types of striped blue shirts. And so it's always going to be different each time in some way. And of course, the shoes. Am I going to wear suede shoes? Am I going to wear a lace up? Am I going to wear a boot? Or am I going to wear loafers? You know, like there's a lot that goes in there. So like I don't really... it just doesn't happen, you know, and I don't believe that one outfit is inherently better than the other. That makes me go, oh, I'm gonna wear this because every outfit I make, just like with composing music or whatever, is like my next. I wouldn't call it my new favorite, but like it's what I liked at that time, and then the next one will be a different one. And so I naturally don't lend myself to be like to outfit repeat in that way. However, like I said, this past year, or I guess almost 2 years, there's this project I've been doing that I've kind of encouraged MJ and Spencer to think about as well, related to I See It, I Do It, where we recreate or send up or reference old fits as close as possible. And a big part of that is because what I love doing, and people have know this, I go on Facebook, not a lot, but like the Facebook memories will remind me of things that happened, you know, last year or 2 years ago or 10 years ago. And naturally, there's a lot of fit pics on there, or pictures that have me dressed up, because I dress up every day. And, you know, I shared them a lot because I thought that they're bad, you know, like there's pictures of me like skinny jeans, or bad in the sense of like, obviously it's like of the moment, but like bad because I didn't think that that's what I wanted to look like, you know, like, or a lot of it is like me wearing an H&M jacket with skinny pants, even though I had vintage pants and vintage jacket, because I couldn't decide, like I wasn't confident enough to full send in the aesthetic that I wanted, or also just maybe the color combination is bad, or like the tie choice is bad, depending on where it is. But as you get older, the more you post, everything like that. Before, bad Ethan back in 2020 was 2015. So, of course, yeah, things of being in college, were bad. But now 2025 and 2020, I still, first off, the fits are good or closer to what I wear now. And also, I still own those things from 5 years ago. It might not be the exact same thing. It could be, I could still have the same shirt or same tie or the same shoes because my feet don't really grow. Or I'm like, oh, wow, I had a brown plaid jacket that was tweed and then I got a new brown plaid jacket because I outgrew it and gave it to MJ or Jay or something like that. And that got me on this of like, whoa, what if I start recreating? Like, that fits good. I'm gonna do that again, but like it's different because I have different pieces. Or that's just like Spencer said, like that's just a good fit, and I haven't thought about it in a while, and I kind of want to redo it. And so that launched into this whole thing here. And you guys probably have seen it where I just I recreate outfits, and depending on how old they are, it's either about like having similar pieces. Like, for example, there's an outfit that I had where I wore here's a good example of the whole thing of both things at once, where it's both about having similar and the same pieces, where in 2019 there's a photo of me wearing a brown plaid jacket, a Drake's burgundy foulard tie, a Bengal striped spear point, caramel colored corduroy trousers, white socks, and brown suede penny loafers, obviously. And so I really like that outfit because I was going through, this is a very recent one, because I was going through the fall winter article, a really big one, and I was like, you know what, that's really good, and I like that, and it's very fall, and it's time for me to wear in full send these fall, winter, autumnal color palettes, but also like the tweed jacket. Like I want to wear and I've had it for since 2018. And so, but I have the same jacket, I have the same pocket square, I have the same exact tie, but I don't have that shirt. I don't know if MJ has that, the Bengal striped spear point, or Jay has it. I don't know. But I don't have it. So, but I do have a spear point from Darcy that is multi-striped, but the spacing is pretty wide, so it feels like a Bengal versus it being my Ascot Chang reverse stripe. And so like that's close enough. And then I don't have caramel corduroy trousers, but I do have caramel pleated trousers that are not, regular worsted or whatever it is, or cotton or whatever. I don't know what they are. They could be polyester. I thrifted them a while ago. But I have those because I outgrew the J. Crew ones because I think they were just a little bit tapered and a little bit mid-rise. But I bought them in a size up, whatever. But like they're almost the same exact color. And then I have white socks, obviously, but then the shoes, which I think I said either in our shoe article, like I just bought the wrong size of shoe, and I just thought like they were too small for me. But I have brown suede tassel loafers, and so it's not the exact same look, but it's very, very close. And to me, what this tells me is like I have the same taste because I keep buying, or I just naturally buy the same things, and also I keep the same items, and I'm glad that I still have this tweed jacket. I'm just glad also it's a sack jacket, plenty of room to let out in there, so I will keep it for as long as possible. But that's interesting to me, and I felt like for the purposes of this article and this blog post, it's not really about outfit. I mean, it is about outfit repeating, but it's also like getting inspired from yourself. I like what you said, MJ, with like both of you guys said this, like I like this outfit. And because for me, I don't see it until like I have an excuse, like again, writing a fall winter article where I'm like, okay, well, here's all my favorite fall winter outfits, and I go back into the archive, like, oh my god, that's such a great fit. I'm getting inspired for myself, as if it was like I'm scrolling on Instagram or I'm scrolling through my Imager inspo albums, where I'm like, it's kind of I know it's myself. I'm not like body experience, but like if I were to have face blindness, I'd be like, whoa, that's a good fit, I should wear that. And it just happens to be me, and it just happens to be because I still own the same things. And so I think that that's an interesting way of thinking about it. But MJ, so for you, when you do it, do you see any consistency between the outfits that you like to repeat, or is it across the board? Is it like mainly tailored stuff that you're doing, or like what calls, or when you look at old outfits of yourself, like what calls out to you, like, oh, I like that version of MJ, or how do you see it? I guess I don't want to force my own mindset onto how you look at things, but please tell me.
I don't know. It's hard to boil down because just how much variety I still have, I guess.
Very true.
But I think that kind of like plays into it, where it's like um, I almost have like certain, not pinnacle, but like I guess like I guess like specific like boxes that that are checked off
The
for
rigs,
me.
you might call, or Spencer's capsules or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, because it's like in and of itself, like I don't know, like for example, like a leather jacket fit um that's like uh recent for me, like the tonal with like the brown leather jacket and the tan shirt and the brown chinos, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
with the pair of boots, like it just like just fits. This like it always feels good to wear it, to look at myself wear. So
Yeah.
it's become one of those, it goes for it goes for a lot of like other aesthetics, like the techier ones also, like
Mm-hmm.
the like technical jackets with the with the cargo pants that um will always go together. So
Yeah. That is. Like, what is it about those old fits? Is it like about, kind of reliving the memory or the feeling when you first made it, or is it like, yeah, what is it about it, like, that you like, that draws you to those things? Because, like, I guess my question is every old outfit on the table, and which old outfit is it? Like, what curation do you have there?
right, I think it just feels like it's for I guess for me it strikes a balance between that that like cinematic dressing mentality, or like you're dressing like as
Mm-hmm.
a character, but also it's like for lack of a better way to put it, it's like a very regular fit. Like it doesn't feel like you're trying to like put on or show out too much at the same time.
Yeah,
It feels
that's
feels
interesting.
natural still.
I guess, correct me if I'm wrong here. It feels like maybe that outfit is like maybe the epitome, or it embodies that whatever character you decided. So when you feel like doing that character again, that's the outfit that
That's
you're
like
like,
the
that's
go-to.
that's what that one. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Maybe running it back a little. Maybe it is like the pinnacle of like
of that thing.
that
Yeah,
like aesthetic, or that like
yeah, of that facet of who you are, or what that thing is.
right, right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, but Spencer, yeah, I'm curious about you, because I feel like you've clearly honed in those things there. How do you decide which fits to repeat, or like which ones are the most inspirational, or whatever? Like, because are you repeating again, like the same thing, MJ? Like, are you repeating every old outfit? How do you know which ones are good?
No, I don't know. I just feel it. I don't like it's. I'm a very maybe emotional or intuitive where
Yeah,
um I feel like a few years ago I was much more into just like trying everything and trying to reinvent myself for every single outfit and like doing something new and crazy. And I'm not saying that those outfits were
yeah.
bad or I dislike them, but
Mm.
I've gotten to a place where I feel much more comfortable just dressing like myself, and a lot of that is just like simple Americana stuff and yeah, like workwear and things like that. And I don't know. Well, maybe we'll talk about this in a future episode on like what would you do if you had to like rebuild. But
Yeah,
also like consider it like I've kind of had to pare down because I don't know. Like in the last 2 years, I have gained weight, and now a lot of my outfits or pieces that I like do not fit. And so this is maybe going to be an episode next year because I'm going to have to kind of like not only be inspired by previous outfits, but like be inspired by how like high school Spencer was building his wardrobe because in the last couple of years I haven't really bought much stuff just from like thrifting or eBay or like flea markets or whatever. I get stuff like
yeah,
from curated vintage stores, or I buy stuff new that I like. But now that I'm like living on my own, well, also just I haven't really bought many clothes because I kind of had like a locked in wardrobe that I was happy with. I was content with what I had.
yeah,
But I think I'm gonna have to go back to doing some of these things just because when I was building my wardrobe and I was buying these more expensive pieces, I wasn't living on my own, and so I didn't have the same expenses that I do now.
yeah,
And so this has kind of required a lot of thought about like what is like Spencer's style. And of course, I don't know, like next year it's going to be, I think, a dual thing of attempting to fit back into some of these old clothes, but also buying stuff so I'm comfortable now. So 2 episodes we have planned for next year, I guess. But a lot of this has required a lot of thought of like looking back and being like, what outfits do I like what do I want to like try to rebuild? And a lot of it is like basics. A lot of it is like I just want a couple more pairs of like comfortable jeans. I like field jackets. I like kind of this like now it's like 60s through 80s Americana, where I feel like previously it was like just 50s 60s stuff, but now I'm moving a little bit forward in time. Maybe one day you're gonna get Y2K Spencer in like 30 years.
Crazy.
But but I don't know.
Spencer in rave attire is crazy.
That's what the I'm gonna be wearing like trip pants and shit like that. But that's what the process has been like for me. It hasn't been as much actually re-wearing outfits, but just thinking about it's like, okay, well, what is it that I want to wear? Like, what is it that like I want to try to like build up again and stuff like that. So it's definitely been a process.
I guess my question there is, do you, as you rebuild or as you're thinking about that kind of stuff, like getting inspired from yourself, is it almost like doing the new version of what that old fit was? Because like say like you couldn't fit into that particular thing and you replace it with something similar. Do you think it's like, oh, I love that fit, can't do this exact thing, but here's me sending that up? Is that
I think so, because that's also how it's been a long time with like menswear stuff, even when it wasn't the consideration of like, is this comfortable or whatever. But like, for example, I don't know. This is like kind of a basic example, but like like a few years ago when I was first getting into military surplus stuff, I loved the Travis Bickle outfit where he has like the plaid western shirt and he has jeans and cowboy boots and the tanker jacket. I didn't have a tanker jacket. I thought about buying one, but then I was like, I have all these other fucking green outfits. Why would I do that? So it's like I would just do that with one of my other many green jackets, and it's like it's not exactly
swapping
the
it
same.
in.
And so I think it's gonna be the same thing where it's like, you know, luckily things like my denim jacket, my short coats, like a lot of my it's mostly my pants that are the issue. I'm gonna be honest. That's like the number one issue.
I mean, that's how it is for most people, I feel like.
Yes, but like that's the kind of thing I'm thinking about. It's not like, okay, maybe I'm not going to be able to do this one-to-one, because obviously with vintage stuff, it's like hard to replace. I just can't go to like, you know, the store that I got this from and buy another version in a larger size. But I have to, you know, think about it's like, kind of boil everything down to the essence. And I said this in the Jaws episode. I kind of like having, I don't know, maybe it is basic. I like dressing like those guys, and it's like all very simple. It's all very self-contained, and so I think that's something that's kind of helped as I've been thinking about this.
Yeah, how does it feel for you when you rewear, like, or I guess when you recreate an old outfit that maybe doesn't have the same stuff? I mean, I don't know. Maybe you don't feel anything. I'm just kind of curious.
I don't know. Sometimes it could be like an exercise of creativity. Sometimes it's nice that I'm like, oh, I can still wear something like this, even if it's not the all like 100% the same pieces. Like we were talking about that outfit that I wore to Jay's Western party. I could actually rewear the exact outfit that I had in that like 2019 picture. Man, I'm from the future, boys, and it's crazy out there.
Cyberpunk.
But I don't know. It's also kind of nice to take something and then just swap out one piece and see how it kind of changes the whole look. Like again, like going from the outfit that I wore originally, which I'll have to dig through and try to find. I don't remember if it's on my Instagram, but I know I saw it recently, so maybe it's on my phone somewhere. Seeing how just like swapping out a pair of camo pants for some jeans, how that like changes everything. So sometimes I don't know. Sometimes it's fun to do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's also like, do you ever look at your old photos? You're like, damn, I got to do that again.
I do.
You know what I mean? Like. But like, I guess, I mean, for you lately, it's been more of like the casual stuff than it is like, because like to me, one of the iconic ones, it's because like obviously I talk about blazers a lot. The one of you at the WM Brown event, or I guess the Christmas at the Bloke thing, where it's like camo pants, navy jacket, bucket hat, I think, and like an OCBD with like a rep stripe tie. Or
I
whatever.
do like that.
I feel like
because.
Yeah.
There's another thing. It's like this is not me being like I can't fit in this anymore. This is me being lazy. And again, like sometimes not wanting to spend the money. Like I have a bunch of stuff that I need to get repaired. That includes some of my old OCBDs where it's like one of my favorite shirts. Maybe I'm gonna like this is gonna spur me to like get this repaired in the next couple of weeks. Obviously the holiday season's coming up, so our tailor might be closing up shop for a
break.
little bit, but
Yeah.
hopefully in the early new year. Like my favorite yellow OCBD, which is from the 60s or 70s, it tore on the shoulder seam. Luckily, it's a really clean tear on a seam, so it should be pretty easy to fix. But I haven't been able to wear that. A couple of my blazers, because almost all of them are old, need some repairs just because maybe the lining is like fucked up, or there's another like tear on a seam and stuff like that. And so those are things I haven't been able to rewear. That's another thing I really want to rebuild in my wardrobe is like sport coats and suits, and that is maybe the thing I'm like most picky about. So that's the hardest thing to do
for big reasons.
Yeah, where like it's easy to find. Like I could just go on eBay right now and find like some good like made in USA Levi's, you know, from the 80s or 90s, and be pretty happy with those. But with sport coats, I feel like that requires a lot more consideration. I don't want to just go to Goodwill and, you know, get whatever they have. Like,
right.
But I don't know. That is, you know, I like those outfits with the sport coats a lot. I like doing those kinds of things, and so I don't know. That's again like 2026 of either a hypothetical or real situation. What would you do if you had to rebuild your wardrobe? We'll talk more about that.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I haven't been thankfully I haven't to like rebuild anything, but I'm constantly doing that because I'm very aware of like how things fit me. And like a big thing of this particular project, the self-imposed project, was to see how things are consistent in terms of taste. And similar to you, Spencer, it's like, you know, my basics obviously are more tailored, are maybe more intricate than like a pair of jeans. But like, you know, for example, I have a brown tweed, houndstooth tweed jacket that from the 30s that, I mean, MJ has the camel one and a plain camel hair one. And then, Jay has the houndstooth one. And I love both of those things. And again, like Spencer, with some of your military stuff, it's like it's hard to find those because these are from my pieces were from the 30s. And if I were to get those things, I'd have to go bespoke or if it like even ring jockey doesn't make too much of that. And so a lot of this stuff was me trying to find, not even just for the project, but like in general, like I want that, and I would love to find something that kind of like sends that up. And you know, I have like a brown and white or a brown and tan cream, whatever, houndstooth jacket that MJ has, and but I had that before MJ did, obviously, and it's like that was like my houndstooth jacket, and even though it was different than the more tan one from the 30s, it kind of like fulfilled that part, and also it's its own piece. And then when that started to feel like I was getting too big for that, I was really in like a bad mood about it. Then I thrifted like this like 90s, not Armani, but like a 90s one. But then that was a little bit weird because it was like too long and the button point is different. It was still harmonious, but it felt different. It was more of a hard 3 than a 3-roll 2. And then my friend Doug sold me all of his ring jacket stuff, and he's a size bigger than me, and I was able to get that same exact jacket back. And the other thing that he had too was a wool and linen or wool silk linen. It was more of like an orange and brown houndstooth, and to me that's closer to that tan one, that tan houndstooth. And so now I now have the piece not only of like the brown and cream one that I had to give to MJ that I have now, that I can do those fits again. But now my orange one is kind of close to the tan one, so I can repeat those now. And it's also just keys me into the fact that I like the tan houndstooth, you know, even though again it's not the same thing, different material, it's not 30s, but it's the closest thing I have to it. It has what in the blog post I call like the spirit of the original garment. And to me, it's about honoring that in these outfit repeats, because like I want to rewear those old fits, and there's it just feels good to know that like, okay, even with different pieces or to the point of like not the same but same in spirit, I can still dress like myself. Like it still feels like something that I would wear or that I have worn. I just physically couldn't do the old ones anymore because I can't fit into it, but I want to keep those alive. And that has a definitely, you know, talk about a different feeling. It feels nice to like kind of go into that. It's not really about like the character, but it's like, oh, I'm glad I'm still the same person. Like it tells me that like, even as I buy things and whatever, I'm still the same guy. And I remember this, there was this menswear guy, I forgot his name. I don't know. I don't think we were ever friends on Instagram or whatever, but I remember like when I would post those old fits of me clowning on myself, a guy was all like, I think he was being a little bit of a dick. He was like kind of clowning me for saying like, oh, you're gonna say this again in 10 years, and I'm like, just watch, I'm not gonna do that. And now I'm not. Like, the point is, like, I'm looking back and like 5 years ago I'm like, that's fucking good. And yeah, and the thing is, like, obviously I have different pieces, but it's not because I'm like, I don't like the old stuff. It's because I can't fit into that stuff. Or, you know, or in some cases, yeah, I like honed the fit better. Like, maybe like instead of going to 8.5 or 9 inches Lego building, I'm now doing 10 inches or whatever. But it's about, like, I'm basically the same thing, you know, and it's kind of proving to myself, like, things have changed, and things also haven't really changed. And then the other part of it is, again, is like, I like those pieces. Like, it's not about the abstraction of the fit. Like, there's a lot of photos of me in 2018 or 2015 where I'm wearing a brown jacket with gray trousers, but maybe the brown jacket again is like H&M, where like it's a 2-button low buttoning, you know, whatever, and the gray pants are like super tapered. But I am wearing it with a striped shirt and a foulard tie, and it's like, yes, I have changed, I've gotten better at those pieces, but like the idea, the thing of what I was trying to do, that character, as MJ says, that like thing is still peak in my head. Like that idea of a brown check jacket with gray pants and a foulard tie, like that has remained consistent. It's just how I do it has changed, but like what the pieces I use to combine it haven't changed. It's just the proportions. And so like I'm still, again, wearing the same thing, and this whole project has been like, I'm proving to myself, like, yeah, see, that taste has not changed. I still wear a navy double-breasted suit with a blue foulard tie. I still wear a beret with a Bal McCann. I still wear you know, I can't think of any more. I guess, and also like with Saffin Core, like there's maybe in a couple of years I'll do this thing again where I rewear those stuff, because Saffin Core is still a thing that is iconic to me, you know. But like I like that idea being like kind of proving that I am still that guy, because I don't know, maybe like this implication that being into fashion is about constantly reinventing yourself, and because I'm so anti outfit repeating, I can get accused of that. But like, no, it's like, it's just a different form of that. It's getting getting inspired from yourself versus just outfit repeating. It's about looking at it and like, I know, feeling like, oh, I can do that. Wait a minute, I have that actually, and also it's me, you know.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that? I guess this depends on the distance between the old outfit and the current one. Do you think being older says something new about that combination? MJ, what do you think? I don't know. Like you're looking at yourself in the mirror. Maybe the photo itself is also just better, right? Like, instead of like a shitty mirror pic, it's like, oh, now it's an Ethan picture of you on a DSLR, or you're in you're in your apartment, you know, and there's more thing, like the whole vibe of the fit pic. And maybe this is more of an online question, but like, does being older, looking back at it, and then doing that in your current body, in your current setting, does that change how you feel about that fit or the effect of it?
I think for me it's more along the lines of kind of validation, or like, wow, I kind of got it back when I first wore
that
like, an
ate
outfit.
And I'm eating now, actually.
Because it's like, oh, like that particular outfit is like you're able to look back on it and just be like, I want to wear that outfit, not like, oh, I want to wear the jacket from that outfit, or I want to wear the tie from that outfit. It's like, I want to wear that iteration.
Interesting. That is good.
Or like you were saying, when you replace things or when you upgrade things, it's like, oh, hey, like I wanted to do this outfit, and I have like the better version of this tie, of these pants, whatever.
I do want to say something that is a big thing for me as well. Like, even Saffin Core, for example, that's a big thing there, where I bought the Visfim one, and I obviously gained weight over the years and whatever, and I guess when I bought it, I had never owned Visfim before. I never actually owned that kind of kimono thing before, and I didn't realize that maybe I should have had something that has wider shoulders, and maybe going oversized is better. And I wore that kimono thing for like a year, but I sold it to Jay because it just felt too narrow of like what I wanted. And of course, I ended up getting another navy kimono coat from Super Fussy, also way cheaper. Obviously, there's a little bit of different details and materials, but whatever. But then I haven't reworn exactly the same fits yet. But I'm like, this is like, it's cool that I can still do it, because I didn't get discouraged from the fact that the original kimono, the Visfim one, was a little bit too narrow. And I like being able, like, this is the ultimate version of that particular thing, you know? Or one example with the olive kimono, like I did a lot of fits with the white when it was still white, and I felt like, I read, or you can read about this in the blog post, the white felt a little bit too like much like a lab coat, and it would contrast too much with everything going on. But then since I dyed it olive, it fits better. And so there was an outfit I wore with, it's almost exactly the same. It's almost similar, where I'm wearing like a sweater vest, riding boots, the kimono, and a scarf, but the effect is different. And I guess it's a totally different outfit, but like it's like, okay, here is now I can do not just like, I guess, the current version of it that, for current Ethan, but like this is like the epitome of that look now, you know what I mean? Like you were saying. But yeah, anyway, keep going. Like you're talking about, like, yeah, you see yourself, you feel, I got it, well, I guess, does that, as an add-on thing, does that inspire you to do that with even older outfits? Do you find yourself doing that, or is it still like kind of like, well, you're also newer to this than me and Spencer are, so I feel like older is only like 5 years ago versus like me repeating an outfit from like 2015, 10 years ago.
Yeah, for me, it's yeah, I mean, it's still pretty balanced between like looking back to see what I've already worn and trying stuff that I haven't already. Because it's like you said, it's still, I guess I'm the newest of the three, so I'm still figuring stuff out. I feel like I'm still making outfits that later down the line will become outfit repeats, so it's
that is true.
Yeah, it's not it's not I don't know. It's not like a static thing for me yet that I'm just like always looking back to see what I've done, what I will repeat, what I have repeated.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't really have too many, like I said earlier, where like each outfit I wear is not better than the old one. I don't know if people actually think that when they do outfit repeats, like, oh, this is better than anything I could create now, which is why I'm repeating it. That might be a cynical view of it. But like for me, I'm like, I've clearly found my templates. I wouldn't say I found the right combination, but there are ones where like if I want to short send it, like I always repeat the like brown check jacket or navy blue suit with this specific foulard tie. I think people know the foulard tie I'm talking about. It's like blue with like soft squares. I've had that tie forever, and it's like so Ethan. If I could have that in burgundy, if I could have that in brown, like I wish, but that's the whole thing with vintage, where you can't find the exact same one. So it's, by the very definition, like it's nice to have a new outfit because I have different ties that are similar, but again, different in execution or whatever. But I do feel like I have like that template on lock. Like I'm not really making new combinations, but I think also my inherent style, just like with Spencer, is like none of this is about reinventing the wheel. Like we're not into that aspect of fashion. Like we are wearing tried and true stuff. It just happens to be with new things that we've found ourselves, or we're limited by the fact that like we don't have everything. We have what we happen to find in our size, or the things that are already in our closets. But Spencer, question back to you then. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like being older, having a better fit pick, like seeing it in a new context, higher quality, you with a hair, does you having different hair change how you feel, or like does that play a fact into outfit repeating, like, oh, I want to do that fit, but I want to do it with bald head bearded Spencer instead of baby face
no, I do think
hair thinning Spencer.
I do think a lot of the outfits look better with the like when I don't have the baby face or whatever, but also like I don't know, it's like I feel like now I just have less to prove. Like again, like a lot of the crazy outfits were and this is going back like way back. This is like if the outfits,
you use the way back?
I'm using the way back. The outfits that I'm like looking at, I'm like really want to repeat are from like early 2020s. So again, not that far back, but like
Interesting.
Looking back at stuff from like 10 years ago and stuff like that. Well, they're not outfits that I think look bad or not anything I regret wearing. Like again, some of it was like, I was trying to really like exactly recreate vintage outfits, or when we were going to parties, I wanted to be like, look at all the cool stuff I have and stuff. And now I just don't have that impulse anymore. So I think that's another part of it. Like some of these outfits where I was like babyface, like I just probably wouldn't rewear, or if I did, they would be a lot different. But the outfits, I don't know. Like I said, most of the outfits that I would want to repeat, or that I feel like are very current Spencer, are stuff from like 5 to 7 years ago rather than anything older.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is interesting because like I don't know, maybe I'm like the old outfits were what I wanted to look like the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I think is I think what I'm hinting at here, or what I've discovered as I'm doing this. Like, again, I think of this outfit where I'm wearing like a navy jacket, gray trousers. I mean, I'm probably wearing like little funky socks with like crazy stripes on them, but um, I'm wearing like a yellow and blue striped 70s spear point, which was like fully polyester, and a rep stripe, a blue and yellow rep stripe tie. I still have that tie. And when I rewore it, I'm like, well, I found myself like, I wish that shirt existed in cotton, and I wish I owned it, because I would wear that all the fucking time if I could, or as much as I'd get inspired to pull it out. And I guess it's like not having anything to prove per se, but it's like, I don't know, I just wish I like being able to do that, and it's clear that I like tailored clothing. A lot of the outfit repeats are that. It's not. I'm not really re-wearing anything that's like super casual, because I think like my casual style is the most repeated and the most like I've like haven't really changed too much, because casual is easier. I like it. It's military jackets and stuff, but like the tailoring stuff is what's changed so much, because I've just honed in on the proportions a lot more, and being able to like redo that, and feeling fondness for stuff that I had before, but maybe like in the technique or the proportions were off. It does feel cool to like redo that. And in terms of like it looking better, it does look better being older, not just in terms of gravitas, but like I coming into my own with facial hair, like kind of, or even with like my regular hair, like not having the undercut, having like embracing my natural hair, letting it grow out a little bit longer, and having the middle part, and having, or I guess the 3/4 part, and having the like my natural wavy locks. It's kind of fun to like, when I repeat it, it feels like, yeah, like it's the same guy wearing an old outfit, but like he's older now and he still has fondness. It's a physical manifestation of fondness to have that. And I guess, yeah, as a fondness for the person, versus just the fondness, not just having the fondness for the pieces themselves, but yeah, I don't know. What about you and your different body hair? What about you and like your like having blonde hair? You don't have blonde hair right now.
No, not right now.
But it's like did that play a factor into this whole thing of like, do you think now you're like, oh, I got to rewear that fit, but now with non-blonde hair? Like, does that happen to you?
It's something I noticed after the fact. I think like after I put it on, like, oh, it's been like, it's been 5 years since I've been doing it, I guess consistently, and so now I noticed that it's this outfit without blonde hair, with like my regular dark hair. As far as like changing, I guess the dynamic or the feel of an outfit, it doesn't too much for me, but I feel like a little bit of that edge is taken off, the dark hair versus when I was bleached blonde.
Yeah,
just I don't know, just like maybe that Asian like blonde hair, kind of paired with the way I dress, kind of has a little bit of extra to it. Now that it's darker, it's a little bit more subdued because it's less striking, just from the top down.
Yeah. That's yeah, the effect that we have. I mean, we have a whole episode on hair and everything like that. I don't know if we have to revisit it now that you don't have it. But was something I do notice about when I do it was like, I didn't have it right now, but I did have it when I had the mustache, and I guess when I had the hair, like, because during the COVID era, that's when I had like I went from being bearded to mustache, but also that's when right before the pandemic is when I started having like my 3/4 part hair. And so small times when I did do old outfits, maybe unintentionally, or like I did do the kind of the soft repeats or whatever, or doing these rigs, like it does feel nice to like, okay, there was a time when it was like babyface Ethan with undercut. Now it's mustache mustache, or I guess before that with bearded Ethan, and then now it was mustache, and now it's back to like mustache with a little bit more bearded on it. And so it does say a little bit there. I don't know about taking the edge off, but like it does feel the same and different at the same time, and it makes me feel connected to myself as like a natural progression, because I think that the detractors of non-outfit repeating, or making new outfits all the time, it's kind of this thing of like everything is so new all the time, you lose that, and I would say discerning people are able to find that through line, but to casual people, you might, or to casual eyes, you might not see that through line. But like for me, it's fun since I know myself, and also I have all the photos, like to see that, like as the clothes hone in, maybe my face and my body and my confidence and everything hones in as well. And again, it's like honoring, like kind of like, oh my god, like, oh, babyface Ethan, I want to be that guy. Like that guy was so different, and I kind of want to show, I want to be that guy again, or show him what it's like to, that he's still the same, but like, he's grown up a little bit. It's like looking into a mirror where you're looking, or in Wicked, where she sees like her baby self, and she's like, oh no, and then that's stupid. It's so on the nose, but it's kind of like a way to do that. I guess last question here. Have you guys learned anything from like outfit repeating? Like did you get anything from that? Like, other things about yourself, like whether it is that you've bought from similar pieces, or that you've combined them the same way, or wearing the same exact ones. Any other like epiphanies you've had as you've done it?
I think it's just helped me. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, Spencer.
Go, Spencer.
Yeah, go ahead, Spencer. Actually, yeah.
Oh, whoops. Okay. Well, anyway,
no, go ahead.
It's helped me.
Yeah.
It's helped me hone in the things that I actually do like, and the things that I'm comfortable in. Again, like I don't know. It's I struggle to say that I dislike any of my old crazy vintage outfits. Like right now, I'm thinking of one that is not an outfit I dislike, but one I probably wouldn't wear in 2025, at least not in the same context, where I had a blue plaid suit with a red sweater and a red, white, and blue striped tie with a gray fedora. I actually think it's a great outfit.
That sounds awesome.
It is. No, it's really good. And I was trying to kind of go for like kind of a patriotic wartime look. That was what I was thinking. It's World War II, and I'm trying to show my patriotism. The thing is, I wore that on a day where it was like 87 degrees in Los Angeles, and I was like,
"Oh, you remember the context? Yeah, that's right."
And that's like, again, like something I wouldn't do. Like I feel like that's it's and it's not like, again, the outfit, but just like, man, I don't do that kind of thing anymore. And I feel like when I rewear outfits, if I rewear one particular outfit enough times, I know that there's something fundamental about that outfit that is very I'm very comfortable in, or something that feels very appropriate and very Spencer.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of where I'm at.
Okay, interesting.
Very
MJ?
Spencer. Yeah, I mean, sort of the same. I'm just finding more very MJ stuff to wear and to look at, get inspiration from. Like, again, since I'm the newest of the three, relatively, it's still looking at stuff, still exploring. I guess the main thing is that it just makes me want more stuff.
Interesting.
Because it's like, if for example, delving into like military and workwear just makes or makes me want to look at more pieces. What other things can I I guess expand from this, because I like something so much. Like I like the OG 107 so much. I like the olive gurkhas so much. I like black tiger stripe. That's like the newest pickup, right? It's like that progression of wearing and then exploring and then wearing again. To just keep wearing clothes.
Yeah. I've had the opposite in a sense, where maybe it's because I've been doing it for so long and I've like recorded it and everything like that, but it's like I don't like buying things, actually, you know what I mean? Like what this has revealed to me is like I fucking hate, like, if I could have just had the same thing the whole time, and the current version of it, obviously, versus like the honing part, and I know that that's exactly the point of a menswear journey, but like my thing is like I wish I just got that. I would have just, and I would have bought all these things and just stayed there. You know what I mean? Like the only thing that's like new, quotation marks, is like maybe a shirt or a tie, but like the suits, I'm not really doing suits. I'm definitely, as people know from Suit Supply, like, I'm just like recreating old suits or honing in, and then it's the same thing. It's a gray suit. Like I took Jay to Suit Supply to get a suit, and what's interesting is that he was like, I'm gonna make a new suit, and I'm like, oh, this is, if you had so many suits, I feel like if I, as I did do it, I would just make a new, the best version of an old suit. But he's of the belief that, like, he likes what and he'll wear that one, and then he'll, this is a new suit, and he'll do something that he hasn't had before. And I'm like, that's really interesting. I'm not like that. I'm like, okay, when I first got to Atelier Fugue, I'm gonna get a Navy suit, and then when I get the Suit Supply, I'm gonna do a Navy suit and build on what I've learned from there. And that's my whole thing. Like, I just, what this has shown me is that I feel like I did know what I want. I did like what I like. And I just wish it's been cool to see the progression, but like, I just want to be that kind of a thing. And the things that are, quote, new are the different takes on the template of tie, right? Different polka dots, different foulards, different brocades, and the same thing with shirts, different stripes, different checks, but they're all the same. Like, it's all blue stripes, it's all Bengal, it's all like, red stripes, it's all brown and green plaids, it's all red foulards, it's all red and blue rep stripes, and it's kind of like, and also I haven't really bought anything new ties. I just have a whole bunch, but it's like, that's what I like. Or I like Fair Isle sweater vests, and I haven't bought a new one in like 10 years or whatever, because I've owned the same ones and they thankfully still fit. And the same thing with shoes. Like, I've liked tassel loafers. I had thrifted tassel loafers, and I had pre-owned Allen Edmonds, and now I have Aldens. Like, they're, obviously the last is different, but like, the idea of Ethan wearing a tassel loafer is the same thing. What this has also shown me, which I didn't really get into, I guess Spencer kind of talked about it with like the outfits you don't repeat. I've noticed what I don't really go back to. I still think that they're good, and I might still kind of do it, like sparingly, but like jeans and sport coat, I don't really do that as much nowadays. I feel like that era of like the Drake's style of look, OCBD with jeans and like a fun tie, like a paisley tie with a check jacket or whatever. I don't really do that. This kind of like casual, people call it the men's mullet. I like the idea of it, but maybe and they call it the mullet because it's like party in the front or whatever. Oh, interesting. But anyway, I like those Drake's fits, like those maybe aren't me as much anymore, or it's the fact that I just know that I'd rather be wearing full-on trousers nowadays. Like, I full send into it, but I found that the stuff that I gravitate toward are the drape of trousers versus like jeans. To me now, jeans are just worn with casual items. They're being worn with like chore coats. Like, it's a very specific look, it's a very specific template, and I do wear those a lot. And as I said before, the casual fits are what is the most easily repeated, because it's just a white t-shirt and jeans, and I just do that. Or it's a sports shirt. There's not a lot of other elements to it that I would repeat, because I still own those things and they're the same. But yeah, it's just interesting to know, like, okay, that Drake's look is not something I gravitate toward. I don't wear beanies as much as I used to. I still wear it with super casual outfits, or like, I'm running errands, but with a tailored fit, I'm not doing that as much, because I wear berets, I wear fedoras. Berets are the beanie, right? Like a little knit thing that's on top of my head that keeps me warm. That's not as full, that's not as big or floppy as a fedora, for example. Or I don't wear as much bucket hats because I end up wearing the fedora or something, so like there's some stuff like that I've definitely noticed, that I've like honed in on and decided, as MJ said, is like the epitome of what that is. But then again, there are times when I do wear a sport coat and jeans. It's just very, very rare, and it's usually because I am intentionally doing an old Ethan look, or I'm intentionally doing a Drake's look. But even then, I feel like most of my jeans with sport coat fits are more 70s coded. I'll wear it like 70s Ivy with my flared jeans, which is definitely a different vibe completely than just wearing my like straight leg selvage jeans. And I feel like that's not an outfit repeat versus the same thing of me wearing, gray pants and a brown jacket. Even if the pants are tapered from the past, I think the idea is still the same there. But like, clearly the Drake's look is different than doing a 70s Ivy look. It's just to me, that's completely different. And so just, it's been really fun noticing exactly which outfits I find the most inspirational, and which ones I'm like, oh, that can kind of just stay there, that I don't really feel the need to repeat it, at least not in the same spirit. I'll do it in a different spirit completely, which is, again, different. But overall, it's been a really fun project, really nostalgic to like look back and see all these older fits, and interesting to say, yeah, kind of look back and separate it's not just, oh, it's an old Ethan, like that's just a good fit, you know, and I would wear that outfit even if it wasn't me. And the fact, like, yes, there are old outfits. There's the old Ethan where like a baby face and tapered pants, but there's also again like outfits from 2020 that I look back and I'm like, damn, that was good, and I'm gonna rewear that because the fit is so good. I'm gonna wear that again, and the fact that that there's so much temporal distance between the two does give a different effect for me, where I'm like, oh my god, like it takes me back to whatever I was doing that day, or just like what it was when I first made that fit and put it together. Because again, like, it's not that I don't like doing that, it's just that I'm constantly making new things because it's so, like, the compulsion just happens so much, so often. Like, as I've said before, when I make outfits and whatever, like, things that don't, like, oh, maybe I won't wear that shirt today, I keep that shirt outside and then I end up making a fit with that shirt. So like, there's always something new or something that's new to me that's being created. But then, again, looking at yourself as if it was an Esquire illustration, that's so pretentious or so arrogant to say, but like looking at yourself in that vein of like, oh my god, that combination is so good, and then it being like, that's me also, I own those things. It's such a weird and fun and very confidence building feeling, that like, oh yeah, like I'm just like, I did have it, I did eat, and I ate, and I will eat again with the same or similar, very similar outfit. And it's really fun now. Like, I feel like I've been doing it a lot more. People have been noticing that on Reddit, and I've been posting on my stories of like, oh, see it and do it and it's me, or like 2019 versus 2015, or well, not that, but 2019 versus 2025. And so it's kind of become a point where like I go into the archive, just like my Imgur albums, kind of often now. Not all the time, and not every outfit is like that, but it does spur things on, and I do look at it. Also, again, like I said, Facebook does remind me every day of like, here's what happened 5 years ago. Here's what happened 6 years ago. And so being able to incorporate that, being able to incorporate yourself as input into your outfits, and not just like every outfit is an Esquire illustration or a photo of some composer or some movie star or some movie or whatever. Having yourself be a part of that, as arrogant as that sounds, is really fun, and it helps you learn new things, and it's a different way of like looking at how you get inspiration in the first place and how you make outfits. It is a new way of executing a prompt, because the prompt is coming from you, not just internally but like just externally, like, hey, there's me, how do I do that again, how do I approximate that, or what of this do I still have, or in Spencer, as you said earlier, like, what part of this am I going to change today?
Mm-hmm.
It's not an outfit repeat, but like being like, okay, here's like, I'm going to do this exact fit, but like wear purple socks instead. Or I mean, I think for me it'd be more than just purple socks. It'd be like, okay, purple socks and a different shirt, but like the tie and jacket are the same. Or I'll do this fit with a fedora, or I'll do this fit in the fall winter version, versus the summer version of whatever that is, doing different textures and everything like that, or layering, adding in a sweater vest, adding in a coat, does change a lot. But yeah, it's been a very fun time, and it's no surprise that looking back over 10 plus years of fits makes me reevaluate how I engage with social media. So it's kind of like it just naturally kind of came at the same time, and it's no surprise that we're ending it here. And to be clear, we're not ending the podcast, at least not for now. We are still doing stuff. I'm still writing stuff. Who knows if things will be different, because I won't assume that people have been following me and seeing what I'm up to. It gives a new opportunity, just like with you guys, you and Spencer and MJ, to like, this is your one-way platform for people to know what you're like if they're not friends with you or following you. Mm-hmm. You guys are both public for now, I guess, so it's like, but you guys don't post as much either, so it's like, this is, I like that. I kind of want to be like you guys, where like the only way to engage is to like, you have to listen to the podcast to know like what's going on, and also like kind of curating life, because obviously you don't know everything about Spencer, but like, this is the kind of the window that you get. Mm-hmm. And it'll be interesting for me moving forward, in this way. So if you guys want to read all about that, you guys want to read about me going to New York, we'll find out if I actually include it, because I don't even know if I'm doing anything other than work. Like, it might be so busy that I don't really do anything or take a lot of pictures. But you guys want to hear about Friendsmiths, and if you guys want to hear my really long reflection on outfit repeating, because there's a lot that I cover and a lot of examples that I have on there. If you guys want to go on that, you can go to the blog alittlebitofrest.com. And yeah, I just want to say thanks for everyone for listening. I mean, this podcast is 7 years old, I think right now. The blog is over 10 years old now. Again, we're not stopping either of those things, but I really want to say thanks for being a part of this. Matt Beecher was here for a while. MJ's here now. There's been a lot of fun changes, and it's been a lot of fun to talk about menswear and continue to talk about menswear with all of y'all. And yeah, maybe things won't be different after all. Actually, I don't know. It might be different for me and how I approach it. But yeah, if you guys want to keep up with us, obviously there is the Patreon Discord. If you guys, it comes with you donating $5 a month to patreon.com/styleanddirection. You give us $5 and we have created a fun Discord for y'all where you guys can talk about anything you want. Talk about movies, talk about music, talk about inspiration albums. What do you think of the new Zara Aaron Levine collab, or whatever the latest thing from J Press has been, or you guys want to talk about tariffs, I guess. I don't know. You guys can go there.
Talk about those teas.
Yeah. Talk about tariff. Was it tariffstore.com? What were we talking about earlier?
Tariff coffee.
Tariff cafe.
Yeah. Coffee tariff.
And that's obviously where I'm going to be at and stuff like that. So if you guys want that, patreon.com/styleanddirection. There's also these plethora of bonus episodes. If you guys want to know what we're watching once a month and the outfits thereof, talk about Scrooge. I'm talking about All That Heaven Allows. Nope, not yet. I guess not yet. Wait, no, that is right. All That Heaven Allows.
Yes,
what's the other one? No, Magnificent Obsession or whatever. We haven't done that yet.
That's a good summer one, honestly.
Yeah. If you guys want, $5 a month, $10, double of that donation. Nothing extra except MJ does thank you. MJ, who are we thanking?
We are thanking our sidecast fanatics: Shane Curry, Philip Grigard, Henrik Wilberg, and Talbot.
We appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for being a patron. And for the rest of y'all, fuck you. Just kidding. I'm just thanks for being here. We enjoy all the conversations you have. I still answer DMs, every once in a while, and I will after I'm private. Just as long as I be sure to check it. But thanks for everyone who submitted to Style and Directions the Sad Head Thursday. That's a lot of fun. I feel like it's its own little community of consistent people who are both patrons and just listeners of the podcast. So that's also been a fun thing to do and we'll continue to do. But yeah, you can't follow me, but you can if you want to. I don't know if I'll accept you or not. But I'm Ethan. It's been a pleasure.
I'm Spencer, and I'm here.
That's right.
I'm MJ.
We appreciate. Well, thank you guys so much. We appreciate you all. We'll see you guys next year. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Bye-bye.
Bye.